Listen up. So this is your idea of a foolproof plan, you stupid bastard. Stop the fuel. You'll have to pick your way through the peaks. Don't bother to buckle up. You may not want to survive this. Where's the helicopter?
It can't fly in this weather.
Is either of you a chopper pilot?
No. Tucker and Walker.
Well, Tucker and Walker, we're missing 3 bags.
What's in them?
None of your fucking business!
Suits, socks, $100 million, the usual stuff. Travers here was smart enough to bring along a tracking device.
Don't use my name, goddammit.
Kill a few people, they call you a murderer. Kill 1 million, and you're a conqueror. Go figure. You just don't get it, do you? We're in bed now, joined at the hip, partners in crime. You've crossed over, Travers, and there's no crossing back. Kinnett, what's going on? Where's the money?
He said he torched it.
Where is he now?
He dropped down into some cave.
You've had your chance. Move it out now. Crystal, get the C4.
Roger.
Just give me 5 minutes.
I said get the fuck out of there. You want to kill me, don't you, Tucker? We'll take a number and get in line. You're not running things, Travers. Give me the monitor. Now. What's the code, Travers?
I told you, Quaylen. 50,000 possible key code combinations in 15-second intervals.
So what's the fucking code? Well, look what Agent Travers found. I guess he is running things after all, isn't he? So what's the plan, Travers? We use the chopper to find the money, right? What a good idea. But then again, without a pilot, nobody even gets off this mountain.
What are you doing, Eric?
Do you know what real love is, Crystal?
No.
Sacrifice. Now I'm the only one who can fly us out of here. We're partners again. Now take your toy and find our money. Radio when you find it. I'm waiting here. Have you got what we need?
It's Walker. The son of a bitch is still alive, Quaylen.
No names. This is an open line.
I don't give a shit, Eric Quaylen. They beat the man no law agency ever could.
Get off the radio.
And I'm finding that pretty fucking hilarious, Quaylen.
Stop transmitting, you stupid bastard! Travers, you've lost your mind.
Lost it. Have I lost it? Fucking A, I've lost it, Quaylen. Pure fucking Section 8. I gotta go.
This is Kevin Conroy, the voice of Batman, and you're listening to 3 Black Geeks. I'm the honorary brother.
So folks, we're back with our theme of this month, which is snow, question mark?
I don't know, it should be snow. I think, I had a thing going into this. I thought it was snow. I realized after watching Mindhunters, it ain't really snow. It will be. I think it still is snow though, when you really think about it.
Well, Mindhunters isn't necessarily snow. Mindhunters was let's put about like 8-9 people on an island and mess with them.
And because we're black people, we hear the country Finland, and the first thing we think about is, oh, cold white people. So snow just comes to our mind, I guess. I don't know.
But this time we're talking about Cliffhanger, which was the movie that when we were last talking about our boy Rennie Harlan, it was for Deep Blue Sea. We had talked about Cutthroat Island, and Cliffhanger was basically the prelude before he did Cutthroat Island, which was kind of interesting because it's like, oh, Cliffhanger was his hit, and then it was like, all right, we're gonna give you Cutthroat Island, and then it just bombed.
Actually, are you sure that Cutthroat Island didn't come out first?
No,
then this
came
movie
out after.
Are you serious?
Dead serious.
So let me get this straight. So he did Die Hard 2, which was successful.
Yeah.
He then did probably like another movie that didn't do so well. Then he did Cliffhanger.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, he did Cutthroat Island.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
So all that happened like within a span of like 5 years. That's amazing.
Like I wanted to touch on something real quick before we like jump in like head first into this film. Production lore, if you will. Mm-hmm. Carl Clow Pictures had originally signed Sylvester Stallone to appear opposite John Candy in a comedy about feuding neighbors.
Right there, we lost something that could have been great. I would have paid to see John Candy and Stallone back to back, and I would yes.
Now hold on.
Yes.
Now hold on, D. Now D, check this out. This movie was going to be written and directed by John Hughes. You know it was going to be good.
Your miles will vary because John Hughes did have some turds.
I mean, yes, he did, but come on. Come on. He's got Sly and John Candy. He does not fail with John Candy.
He does not fail with John Candy. Also, don't tell nobody, y'all, but Eris's White Side is all John Hughes movies. Seriously.
His favorite movie is 16 Candles.
Oh, no.
You're wrong, my nigga.
You're wrong,
my nigga. It's actually Pretty in Pink. Don't tell nobody.
No. If I can really... No. Look, I'll go ahead and show my White Side for a second. Fuck it. Fuck it. It's... Jesus. Dude, it's The Breakfast Club.
Oh, that's everybody's go-to, but...
Yeah, but it's mine. It's also mine, followed by the Home Alone movies.
You know what? I got to feel like Eris, why do you like this movie? It's like super white. Yeah, D, I know it is, but I kind of identify with this movie. Why? Because I just look. Emilio Estevez is a part of me in this movie. Like Eris goes into real ass tears. It's like, yo, damn.
It's ass tears right there. Jeez.
Yeah, it's like this. No. Chris, looking at me. Don't you dare laugh at him, D. Don't you dare. Like, I ain't laughing. I'm just, Eris, you ain't an athlete, nigga. What is
I was like, all right. Look, I was lying. I was Judd Nelson, okay?
Here's me again. That really doesn't make no sense. You came from a loving home.
Or so you think. And
then finally it melts down like, all right, niggas, Molly Ringwald. I'm like, really? Molly Ringwald? Like, it had nothing to do with story, nigga. I just wanted to fuck her. Oh, all right, okay then, cool.
Like,
right,
yeah,
cool.
now we got the shit out in the open there. There we go, okay? Moving on. But
look, oh yeah. Look, here's Chris out the way. Ew. Like, no. We could be in the middle of this all cliffhanger all podcast. This is Chris out of nowhere. Like, yeah, so when Sylvester, I'm sorry, Molly Ringwald, nigga.
Like, really?
No, gotta go back. We gotta go back. No.
You can't be doing that.
But it's like so anyway, after the project was dropped, Stallone got involved in 2 more projects from the same company. Now the first one was supposed to be a futuristic science fiction horror isobar, is what it was going to be called. Which was about a genetically created monster who gets loose on a on a high-speed runway train. Yes, this would have fell into that God, what is it? When animals attack, or AKA white people messing with nature. That would have been another one for us, but that never went down. So between 87 when Carlco Pictures first bought the original script for $400,000 in 1991. Both directors, Ridley Scott and Roland Emmerich, were each at different points in time attached to direct the film, which would have been a $90 million budget that would have went to Stallone and Kim Basinger, who were going to play the main roles. However, due to disagreements between them and the company, as well as producer Joel Silver about the script changes and a lack of artistic freedom, both Scott and Emmerich gave up on the project, which in the end was canceled.
Wow. Holy shit. Are you serious?
Yep. And then now the second, and that was just the first project. The second one was, let's see, it was going to be Stallone. He was going to be involved in the action disaster thriller Gulf Force, described as Die Hard in a Hurricane.
Okay, wow. So Geostorm.
So what you mean, technically, what we're going to do later on this year when we do Disaster Strikes Month, it was going to be it was going to be, like Chris said, it was going to be like Geostorm, but more leaning toward, what's that movie? We just want the money.
Hard Rain.
Hard Rain, yeah.
So yeah, this movie was so like I was saying, this movie is described as Die Hard in a Hurricane, which Rennie Harlan was going to direct, and which Stallone was going to play ex-Navy SEAL who has to fight against a group of modern pirates who attack some coastal town during a large hurricane.
That was going to be Hard Rain. That was really going to be
You expect me to believe Stallone would have been a Marine? Okay.
Stallone.
No. He was an ex-Navy SEAL.
Yeah, but you gotta think about it. You said you expect me to do that, dude. He was a Green Beret, and we all believed it because you just don't turn it off.
Hell yeah, I could buy the veteran angle of it. I mean, I could buy that.
All right, I get you on that. So, you buy the veteran angle of it. I get you on that one.
So now the first version of the script for the film was written by David Chapman in 1984. Now he wrote 6 more drafts between 87 and 89. And after his final draft received some praise and following the bidding war between several studios for it in 89, Carlco bought its final draft for $500,000 with the promise of an additional $200,000 if the movie gets made. Harlan was paid $3 million for directing the film, but because his contract also gave him full control of the project, he demanded many rewrites to the script, amongst other things. Increase the action sequence and make them bigger. Between 1990 and 1991, while they were working on the project, Carlco spent over $4 million on all the different screenwriters and versions of the script. One of the screenwriters who worked on it was Joe. Jesus, I'm not even gonna try to say his name, but it's like was it Esteres? I can't even say it. Really. But yeah, it was him who paid $500,000 to write his version of the script. However, he rewrote it to, and get ready for this, he rewrote it to an erotic thriller similar to his previous screenplays, so it was immediately rejected because they thought that the intended $40 million budget would be too big, and since they couldn't figure out how to make special effects for the film, Carlco canceled the project 2 weeks before production was even supposed to begin. But Harlan still kept his $3 million. Hey, the man made out like a bandit. And he and Stallone and everyone else involved in it then moved to Cliffhanger, which was their other project, which the budget for that. Now hold on. Which the budget for Cliffhanger was $70 million, almost double that of Gulf Force.
I got a question. Okay, so let me get this straight. Let me get this very straight. You did give me a movie with John Candy and Stallone, which would have been great. Just think about it. Hey, get up, you chowder head. I want to get up. Get up, you chowder head. I want to get up. Come on, we got to do this comedy then. Well, we got to do some comedy. And like Stallone falls off of like a chair or some shit. It would have been hilarious. So we didn't get that. And it would have been, let me also add, it would have worked because John Hughes wrote it. And that was like the 80s, right?
Yes, this was
that
like
would have been gold.
Yeah, like I said, this was mid '80s. It could have worked. Guarantee you this. He could have did the movie with John Candy. It have turned out great, and we would forgive him for stop or my mom will shoot. Because let's just be real, he got duped.
Look. I still think that is the greatest story of all time. I think that is tricked you. That is one of the greatest trolling stories in Hollywood of all time.
I mean, that isn't that kind of like the illustrious history of Carolco as a company any fucking ways? I mean, this is a company that like had no bullshit before they decided to dump all their money into Cutthroat Island. Paul Verhoeven was going to do Verhoeven was going to do like a kind of Spartacus type movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Carolco was like, nah, we're gonna go with pirates.
Yeah, you could have did. You know what? See, it's funny. We would have watched that too, because everybody likes sweaty gladiator Schwarzenegger for some strange reason.
This is Schwarzenegger at his prime in '94. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, we kind of missed. Yeah, we messed out. We missed out on that. And you mean to tell me they went for? All right, so fuck all Cutthroat Island. Let's go to the second part of that. You mean to tell me we could have gotten Hard Rain, except it's a hurricane, and there was pirates involved? Just imagine it's Stallone. Like, hey, what are you guys doing out here in this hurricane? And then you see Morgan Freeman with a patch over his eye. Yar, we just want the money.
I mean, you started off with R.
Oh, Yar.
Can we make this?
We missed out on the stupidest best movie ever.
I'm sorry, I have a question. Can somebody please, any of our artist listeners, can somebody do that? Get a picture of Morgan Freeman in a hurricane with an eye patch as a pirate and just says, Yar, we just want the money.
Hook hand, too. What the hook hand? Yar, we just want the money. You mean to tell me, and hold on, you mean to tell me they took that script and just, you know what, I hate to sound like I'm really graphic or nasty, fucked it to death, and turned it into Cliffhanger.
Which, with a budget of $70 million, doubling that of Gale Force.
So let me get this straight. This went from a hurricane to white people on the mountain.
Which Hollywood has done multiple times with Extreme Ops and Terminal Velocity. So there you go.
Terminal Velocity. Oh, Velocity. That was good 90s. Oh, anyway, go ahead.
So I got a couple of other things. Now half of this movie's budget was provided by TriStar Pictures in exchange for complete distribution rights in North America, Mexico, Australia, New Zealand, Germany, and France. Okay. Other funding was provided by Rizzoli Caray de la Sera, Le Studio Canal Plus, and Pioneer Electric Corporation. The financing arrangement was the result of the Carolco's serious debt issues, and as a result, the studio would ultimately receive very little of the box office gross. So think about that. The movie being as big of a hit as it was, this company didn't get that much money back, if anything.
And that crap still happens too. Crap still happens too. When you see these studios, not even so much the studios, where it's a studio and then you see a blah 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 film, a blah 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 studio, a blah blah blah, and then you see like the Fox logo. It's like, yo, that's like 5 different pockets right there. Mm-hmm. Now, so eventually, the main people making the movie aren't going to see it. Well, yeah, TriStar wouldn't have their cut of that. You know, TriStar had their cut of that shit.
Easily.
But everybody else, it's slim pickings. It's slim pickings after that point. That crap still happens. That makes no sense, man.
Now, the large majority of the film's scenes were shot in Italy. And, like, for example...
Really?
Yeah. Like, a good portion of them, they shot it in Italy. Now, for example, the bridge scene was shot on, Monte Cristallo in the Via Ferra... Okay. Wow. Yeah. It was shot over there.
Italy.
Yeah, it was shot here in Italy. Now,
you know
which was
See, that's why I love that about it. When it gets too, I love that about us because when it gets too foreign for us, we're like, it was shot in a month. Nigga in the country.
No,
shot in Italy, man.
now check it out. Now that area where they filmed the bridge scene, it was reconstructed immediately after the movie was done.
Oh,
And now
good.
the climbing was mostly on the Tofane cliffs, and in some scenes towards the end of the film, the audience clearly sees the three Tofane mountains and the village of Cortina. Now the location of this is on top of like one of the mountains at the arrival. Good Lord, this got hella foreign. Now the small house had to be constructed on the sand of a river, and a lot of the credits actually went to the people that lived there, like in that area for assisting in building this stuff all on the mountain reservation. Now, Cliffhanger. Now, with all that aside, you know how they said that they filmed all this stuff in Colorado, that the story took place in Colorado? Mm-hmm. No. Very little of this filming took place in Colorado.
It didn't even look like it was fucking Colorado any goddamn way.
Didn't look like it.
It looked like it was Utah to me. It looked like it was Utah to me.
Bruh, I went to Colorado. It looks nothing like that.
Plus, I don't know any places in Colorado that looks just as like dangerous as this anyway. So I'm like,
bro, I've been to the Garden of the Gods, and trust me, it does not look like that. Like, that was clearly Italy. So, Cliffhanger is in the Guinness Book of World Records for, the most costliest arenal stunt ever performed.
That would make perfect sense.
Okay. Wait a minute. What stunt?
This is the aerial stunt. Stuntman Simon Crane was paid $1 million to perform the aerial transfer scene where he crossed between two planes at
you goddamn right. You better pay that $1 million shit.
Now, you know what? Me and Chris talked about this. Now, me and Chris had like a small conversation about money shots before. I have a question. How do you shoot off your money shot within the first 10 minutes of the movie?
That's how you grip people into your
I get it, but the money shot was in the beginning of the film. Like, wow. Yeah, that had to cost like $1 million. Wait a minute, the stuntman was a dude? Awesome.
Look, our boy Gary and them, they had like a panel at BlurCon last year, and they were talking about like stunts and like, look, I'm pretty sure that stuntman earned that $1 million because it's like, look, you're putting me in a position to where I could die. So you better fucking pay me my money. Straight up.
Hell yeah.
Like right now.
Because otherwise I'm not going to do it, and then you're going to have to search for another stunt person that will be willing to do this.
As anyone couldn't tell, the principal climbing doubles. There were two stunt doubles for Sly. One was Ron Kalk, and the other one was Wolfgang Gulick. And sadly, Wolfgang, he actually died in a car accident the year that they were filming this movie.
Oh,
so
that's too bad.
And he was the one that would be Stallone's stunt double for all the climbing scenes.
Without further ado.
You know what? See, here's my thing about Cliffhanger. When the movie, I remember seeing this as a kid, and I would say it was interesting how it starts off with them having to literally, as Sue pointed out earlier with the stuntman going over between crossing the two peaks. You knew bad things were going to happen. When you start off their movie, everybody's happy-go-lucky.
I mean, way too happy-go-lucky.
Especially Michael Rooker. Michael Rooker, 9 times out of 10, when he's in a movie, he's angry about something.
Yeah. Because you knew it was going to go that way. You knew it was going to go that way. Second, Sly first off, they had to find where they were at. They was on top of they was on top of this peak, right? And I looked at the peak itself. I was like, okay, how did y'all get up there? Second of all, white people.
So
white people.
so Hal, that is Michael Rooker's character, he's crossing the between the peaks and stuff, and he's fucking around joking and stuff that he's falling down, and he ends up zipping over to the other side and such. So, Hal's girlfriend, she's talking to, Gabe and stuff, and was like, yeah, he's an adrenaline, Hal's an adrenaline junkie and stuff like that, but, he means, well, he's cool. So, she's going across. Now, here's the thing. The implications of her falling down, it's weird, because it's like, do I call that equipment malfunction, or did Gabe not latch her down tightly?
I was thinking the same thing because...
I know what to call it. Shit happens.
Yeah.
That's
what I think it was a shit happens moment, because it was one of those things where it's something he had to do 100 times, fasten somebody down to a harness, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He had to do that 100,000 times. And unfortunately, it had nothing to do with her looking down, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with that. Stallone, because Gabe was telling her. And also, I like how in certain movies, you know how like Seagal has this thing where, no, you gotta remember my name, so give me something wild. You know what I mean? Like Forrest Taft. Like, what the fuck? Stallone went for something better. Give me something normal. Like what? Gabe. All right, Gabe.
Yeah.
It's like a normal ass name. Anyway. So it wasn't so much because he told her, like, all right, just go across. It's all right. Michael Rooker over there smiling. Like you said, there's a problem when he smiles too much. Because either A, he's about to kill somebody, looking at what he did in Guardians of the Galaxy, or if he's smiling too much, he ain't going to be in the movie too long. This one, don't worry. He's about to get mad. Because as soon as she get halfway, bleak, I was like, oh, God. It's Stallone. It was so funny, but not funny. It was just, okay, I got to admit something. The second the harness broke, the first thing I thought of was Ace Ventura.
Yep, which, by the way, that scene, this whole thing of Hal's girlfriend falling to her death, this was spoofed in 2 movies, both Ace Ventura and Spy Hard.
Yeah, it wasn't Spy Hard. Yes, I watched Spy Hard. I like Leslie Nielsen. Thank you very much.
So
we all do, D. We all do.
We all do.
So she, she's falling down and she's holding on.
Don't let go.
So she's holding on, and you see the little
the neck veins. You see the neck veins in Stallone's neck and all that, holding her ass up.
So she's holding on in the little metal part of the of where everything is strapped together and stuff. That's the only thing that's holding that, like, what she's holding on to in place. So Sly, Gabe goes down and he grabs her. So at this point,
don't get on that harness. It can't fit 2 people. Well, I gotta do it.
Yeah. So he goes there and he grabs her, and of course she has gloves on, and as expected, she slips out and falls to her death. And
it is one hell of a scene. As much as I started,
it sucks just from an emotional standpoint.
Yeah, from an emotional standpoint, yeah, hell yeah. There's nothing nobody can do about that. She just, slip. Yeah, I got to be honest with you. D couldn't stop laughing. I could not stop laughing. Call me evil, whatever you want to. The second she fell, I lost it. I couldn't stop laughing, man. I have no idea why. I feel so bad because I did it. But yeah, because she fell and all that. It's like, no, Rucker. I like how Rucker. It didn't take long for Rucker to go from happiness to complete terror to fuck you mode. It was amazing.
He went into his Walking Dead redneck shit anger.
I was just about to say that. You like? Did you like how the screen fades? Like right when that shot fades out, I'm like, bruh, this is young Merle. I'm looking
I'm surprised
at.
he didn't look at Leon and call him a nigga or some shit like that. I'm really surprised.
I'm more shocked that scene where he was glaring back at Stallone. It didn't do that thing like in 300 where everything gets dark except his eyes. I'm sorry.
Because let me tell you something, folks. So we get the typical 8 months later, and we cut to the U.S. Treasury, and I know what you're
thinking. I know what you're thinking, everybody. U.S. Treasury. Wait a minute. Is there going to be some type of heist or some type of subplot with international terrorists. It's the 90s, isn't it?
You bet your ass, because Paul Winfield's in it, so you know they're gonna put in this subplot because reasons.
Oh man.
So
Now with the hold on with the Treasury, the first thing that caught my attention was, hey, Lieutenant Decker, you're in this movie.
Yep.
Yay!
Yay.
I was like,
What's that nigga name?
I was like, yo,
What's
looks
his
like
name?
Rex
I was
Lynn.
like, hold up. Yeah, Rick Slim. I said, yo, you survived that shootout, and like you survived that shootout in '84 with the Terminator. That's good. Good on you.
That is
Glad
awesome.
you changed jobs.
Travers, Rex Lynn, you've probably seen him in lots of movies. He's always played the how should I say, he's played bad guys and stuff, but he's always played kind of douchebag kind of people too in movies.
I think what you're really looking for is he always plays bald-headed white guy with mustache who is either villain or good guy. For real, it
It
sucks.
looks like he has
actually,
a tinge of racism attached to it. I don't know why.
It's
Maybe
the
mustache.
It's the mustache.
Yeah, I was just about to say. I was just about to creep it and say, yo, CJ, it's the mustache, bro.
It's really the mustache. Man.
The mustache.
Him and John C. McGinley, man. It's
The
a damn mustache.
Hold on, the mustache, and that 1,000-yard stare of his just screams racism.
And trust me, we seen him in the movie with aviators, and he looks like a total narc. He really does when he has aviators on. It's actually a shame. It's actually a shame because he's actually a decent actor, man. I don't think nobody knows his name like that.
So the thing of it is, they're doing a subplot where they're transferring this money that's not in circulation and such. And when you hear, oh, they're transferring money, well, there goes your plot, people. There it is, right there. And clearly. Again, you see Rex Lynn, oh, he's going to betray somebody, and clearly you know he's going to be betraying. But we don't know who he's working for yet. So,
yeah,
we cut to Gabe. He's driving back. He's, he's still kind of feeling guilty because of said incident involving, Hal's wife. Well, his girlfriend, I should say. I don't know why it's his wife. His girlfriend.
8 months later.
Yeah,
A
8
full
months later.
8 months later.
Yeah, 4 months later, he's driving down the road, and these two surfer dudes is like, Gabe, man, you're back, man, you're back.
No. Hold up, CJ. First of all, they weren't two surfer dudes.
I'm
These
calling
two
them surfer dudes.
No, hold on, hear me out. They weren't surfer dudes. You want to know why? These two were the living embodiment of MTV's extreme sports.
Extreme.
Oh my God.
Extreme.
It actually, the term is not surfer dudes. It's snow bros. Okay.
Snow bros.
Yo, man, it's the same thing as a surfer bro, except this time you get high in the snow instead of high on the beach. It's the only difference. It's really the only difference. You're like, hey, yo, Gabe, 90s, extreme.
It's like, you coming back,
That's all.
Gabe? You coming back, man? It's like, no, I'm not coming back, guys.
He's like, no, I'm not coming back. Oh man, don't tell me that job on the mountain it made you gave you a fear of heights or anything. Too soon.
Maybe it was actually fear of losing somebody in your hands as you watched them plummet to their death. Maybe that had something to do with it too. I don't know, bruh. I'm not you.
I did like how the second he said that, you look over at Stallone, and while he's driving, it's like for him, he's like, okay, all right, hold back the tears. Don't you cry in front of these snow bros. Don't you do it, Stallone. Don't do it, Sly. He was tearing up, man.
The only thing about that scene that had me was like this. So nobody's watching the road. I mean,
that's what I said.
Nobody's watching the road.
Nobody watched the road.
Yeah. So
nobody was watching.
So as this is happening and stuff, he gets back and he meets up with his, which is weird. As I'm saying this very lightly, his girlfriend, Jessie. Which I'm like, I never really thought that they were an item. I just thought they were just best friends. The movie never implied that they were girlfriends.
Nah, I don't know. I know what you said. They didn't imply it either. They did come off kind of like they had a thing, but it couldn't go that way because I think midway through sex, it was like, what are you crying about? I lost her. She went into my hands. It seemed like that a relationship. He couldn't get off the thing that he accidentally seems, had somebody fall to their death. Here's the funny part. It wasn't his fault at all, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah. But
it was not his
guilt is guilt. You're kind of like,
Of course. Guilt is guilt, man. You know what I mean?
So Janine, if you never seen Jessie was played by Janine Turner, who again, because it's the 90s and stuff and there were so many shows on there, she was on this show on CBS called Northern Exposure. That's another white show I don't fucking get.
White pizza. I never seen
that shit got 6 seasons and I'm like, what is this? I don't get this show. It takes place in Alaska. Like, okay, 6 seasons. Wow. Yeah.
Now, on some real shit, she was 90s cute.
Yeah, she had the short hair, you know, short 90s bob.
And like no butt, probably like decent face. Yeah, she was 90s cute.
Yeah.
Could have swapped her with homegirl from Man's Best Friend and nobody would have bet an eye.
Oh my God, I was just about to say that.
You know what? It wouldn't be shocking if Ali Sheedy was up for this role and they just took her instead.
Like, Allie, what you doing? Well, I think I'm doing it too late and get another girl with a
too late.
It's like too late. You weren't quick enough. All right.
Gotta be quick with this. You know how many white women are walking around Hollywood with short haircuts? I don't know, like 5,000.
So, as they're talking, they're going on this whole, you know, I'm sorry for keeping distant from you. I'm still guilty over it and stuff. And Janine's looking at him like, nigga, please. Like, why are you still guilty? Come on. It's 8 months, dog.
Exactly.
And considering that the two of them actually played that scene together very well, because
and they did too.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because she was actually dating Sly during that time.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. So it's like,
I know that.
Now, here's the funny part about this. Gabe, meanwhile, again, he's turning into Merle, where he's just looking at Stallone like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. I hate you. I think at one point he was gonna push his ass off the fucking cliff. Like, yo, I should push you off this cliff right now.
Like, I like how Sly was like, go ahead, man, and do it. Just go ahead and do it. Nah, you live with it.
To which I'm like, hey, Hal, I was like, hey, Hal, that doesn't work because it's not like Gabe is laughing his ass off that he killed your girlfriend or something like that. I mean, that's the only way that whole you gotta live with it works. 8 months, I'm pretty sure he does live with the guilt, dog. Like, come on.
See, that's what makes it. That makes no sense. It felt like that would happen right there. I understand if you don't want to talk to him or nothing like that, but there to be rage like that, that just seems kind of petty. I don't even want to say it's petty. I don't think it's petty. It's just
How do you like the fact that he beat him to the top of the mountain already? Like, he already beat him to it.
Yeah.
Somebody who had been up a mountain in months still managed to beat Hal.
Yeah, yeah.
Now the reason why they're going out there is because of what happened prior to that. What happened was with that whole the whole treasury thing.
They're taking a plane instead of taking a train to transfer the money.
They was transferring the money in the air. And what happened was our favorite bald white guy ends up betraying everybody on the plane. He shoots pretty much everybody except the pilot. And I like how the pilot was like, what's going on? And the pilot takes out a gun and shoots him in the head. And I was thinking to myself, what if he shot through the window?
Yeah.
Sometimes these movies do that. I think it happened in Die Hard, where they shot through the window and that happened. So I'm like, how did this not happen in this movie? The funny thing is, I laugh at the fact that one of the agents, he's sitting up there talking to our boy, what's his face? Shit, I forgot his name. He also had a mustache and shit. He's been in a lot of movies too.
I like how you identified him with a mustache.
Yeah, he's talking to him and stuff, and at first he knows it's a plane and just ignores it, like, whatever, maybe I'm seeing things. Then the second time he's like, the fuck? There's another plane over there. What the hell's going on? And then that's when our boy Rex betrays everybody immediately.
I like how he picks up, like, he goes for his gun. He's like, look, man, just calm down. Everything's gonna be all right. It's nothing to worry about. We'll handle the situation.
If that was a brother, they would have shot his ass in the fucking leg and that would be it.
I like that. Avoid attempted murder, but still,
it's like I'm gonna retire your ass. I'm not gonna fucking kill you. I'm gonna retire your ass.
My man said, look, don't worry about it. Everything's being taken care of. We're going to get through this. Like, it's okay. We're going to handle the situation. Don't you see what he's doing? He's hijacking the plane. And I like how the other guys are slowly going for their gun.
Nah, see, I would have put a nip to that shit. That movie would have been over with. I would have shot him in the leg, and then I would have been like, all right, so it's just the pilot that's left. All right, so how are we going to do this, guys?
All three of them got murked.
And it wouldn't have even been a movie at that point. It's like, so no cliffhanger? No cliffhanger. All right, cool.
Now something interesting.
Oh, they tried to do, and this is a prelude to what Batman Dark Knight Rises did with the whole plane under the plane maneuver.
Yeah. With the you mean the sky hook maneuver?
Yeah, the skyhook.
Yeah, the skyhook maneuver.
I swear to God, I was watching the scene and I was all like, Masha, Disha, Masha.
No. You must go down.
You must stay on the plane, brother.
Like, it would be very painful for you.
Perhaps he's wondering why you would shoot a man before you throw him out of a plane.
And don't worry, we had somebody just as dramatic do that for us because we had John Lithgow who was eating everything.
Listen,
Each
John
and
Lithgow,
every part of that scenery. It was
John
his.
Lithgow is a guy who I love him as an actor. Recently, he deserved better. He was in Daddy's Home 2, and he was like funny as shit in that movie. He deserves better than that movie, by the way. And
Well, he did. Well, he did get better because he was in that Netflix show, which I only seen a couple episodes, but he was really great at it. He was in Elizabeth. He played Winston Churchill.
Really?
He was really good. He's really good as Winston Churchill.
wow, okay.
And of course, Chris, I think you like me. We both watched Third Rock from the Sun, and he was, oh my God,
Dick
he was the whole
Solomon.
show. He actually, Dick Solomon was the whole fucking show, man.
He was the show.
Hey man, hey, listen. I love them in Ricochet. Him and Denzel.
And uttered Ricochet.
Yes, I did.
Nobody talks about Ricochet.
Yeah.
By the way, y'all two are not the only ones that watched Third Rock from the Sun. I used to watch that show all the
A lot of
time.
people did. A lot of people did. It was.
A lot of people did. My bad. My bad for keeping you out on that one, man. My bad.
Now, since we already mentioning the first quite graphic scene of our boy betraying them and shooting them. Now, how can I put this? So this movie had, according to the reception, Stallone had stated that the director's cut was met with a lot of disapproval at the screening.
The director's cut.
Yeah. And it received some alarmingly low scores. Now, mainly because... Now,
and that would be the first time that happened to Rennie Harlan also.
Now, it was mainly because the stunts were absurdly overblown. For example, the average man can jump maybe between 12 feet across gorge, and the stunts had me leaping maybe between 300 feet or more. So situations like that had to be pared down, and still then they were fairly extreme. So you're probably better off with the cut that everyone has seen now. This is, by the way, the second unit crew that filmed the majority of the action scenes was extraordinary. I like how he tried to save face for that. For them. Something else I want to point in, because we're going to go into the rest of this film, is that the film was heavily criticized for its unrealistic portrayal of rock climbing. One example is the feature of the bolt gun, which fires bolts directly into rock, forging the usual rock drill, and bolt hammering is used in rock climbing. Now, this ignores certain material properties of rock, like should the bolt gun's impact site to shatter and explode with flaky particles. Now, bolt gun is considered the most serious of the film's technical inaccuracies. As a further examples showing athletic moves which have no use in real climbing. Like, you look at the gear that they used, it was mostly useless. Like a lot of useless gear for the stuff that they were doing in the movie.
I can imagine. So we can pretty much imagine that Rennie Harlan was like, okay, what you need to also put on you is like many buckles and many chains and shit you don't need.
Hey, real talk though. I gotta say, if I want to talk MVP of the scene, our bullet-riddled FBI agent who basically was like, "Fuck you guys, I'm taking this plane down with me." And he did work, man. I gotta give him credit, man. He did work. He did work before his death. I was like, you know what? He fucked their plans up.
Okay, all right, CJ, and I'm glad you mentioned that.
With that shit-eating grin before the plane crashes, I loved it.
I'm glad you mentioned that because that gets me to my other point that I want to bring up. Now, did y'all know that this movie was supposed to get an NC-17 rating by the MPAA?
For what?
On account of the violence.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Now, several cuts were made to almost every violent scene in the film in order just to get an R rating. Now, several death scenes in the film were shot in slow motion and lasted several seconds. For instance, in the beginning of the film where the pilot of the plane shoots the co-pilot in the head, of the very brief shot. It's a very brief shot, but in the NC-17 version, this was a shot from a different angle that showed blood splattering on the window. Bootleg DVD copies taken from time-coded VHS work prints featured the original cut of the film, complete with the uncut violence scenes. And now I'm jumping ahead here, but Travis Death originally featured him being shot in the shoulder by Gabe with a bolt gun and blasted with a shotgun by Hal. Now this
still doesn't seem like it's NC-17 worthy though, man.
Now hold on. This changed to Gabe firing the gun 3 times, not due to censorship, but because a review of the dials caused the filmmakers to rethink of somewhat. They wanted to rethink of a slicker death, and it kind of made sense because it's funny how you have to introduce a more extreme and gory death, to certain characters in order to get your rating toned down to get the actual death that you want to get.
Yeah,
it kind of reminds me of a commentary track I was listening to on one of the old Family Guy episodes where. It wasn't even just Family Guy. It was actually a lot of animated Fox shows did this, where they would introduce like sort of risque humor that would be more extreme that they know that the censors wouldn't like, just so they would have the joke that they wanted to use to begin with be thrown in as a substitute, and they give them the okay.
It still seems like not as like it still seems like that pushed it to an NC-17. Like how?
Well, like I said, it was several. I just named like 2 or 3 scenes, of violence that were cut down, and several cuts, like to every single violent scene. You can sit back and watch them and just think to yourself, huh? So I wonder how was this originally shot, or just how long exactly was this scene? Like,
that's yeah. Scene be? But it could be the fact that we all live in a world now where Saw got a rated R and not an NC-17. So I think if what I'm saying, compared to how it was back then, I get the idea of them saying, "Well, too violent," whatever. But anyway,
John Lithgow's character Quaylen, the plane obviously ends up crashing into the mountainside, and Quaylen's looking at Rex, just pissed off, like, this is your fault, right? You fucked up, right?
That's what I want to know. How was it his fault?
Because Quaylen is on the lower end of here's how you know it's his fault. When you got Leon sitting there looking at him like, man, you fucked up. And I'm black.
And I'm black. I'm glad I'm glad I'm not running this damn show.
That's what they killed me. I was like, so let me get this straight. Because the plane was going down. But, all right, so
he didn't make sure he died, D. That's why he's blamed. You didn't make sure that FBI agent was dead, Rex. It's your fault.
I mean,
sure.
Sure.
You know what? To his credit, I'm with Quillen on this one. Bruh, you're an FBI agent. You should know about double tapping.
He oughta. Because the second my man got up, man, he got. My man went down with the plane and made sure they didn't get their money. Because the money. Now here's the best thing about that. Then they give you this. They knew that there was trackers inside of those cases of money. I was like, well, y'all lucked up.
Yeah. Otherwise that shouldn't be. Otherwise, that money would have been lost in the mountain, and it'd be another one of those news stories, the miracle news story of an old couple that found a suitcase of money
in the mountains of Colorado. A hiker trips over $2 million, like one of those things.
I can say, from what at least according to the story that was told, that money that was being transferred was quote unquote useless.
Yeah,
if anything had happened to it,
it wasn't in circulation essentially.
Yeah, so it wasn't even in circulation. Now, however, because I'm an international terrorist and I got connections out the wazoo, I can make that happen and walk away from this a rich man.
Yeah, that is true.
And I like how it was actually I was telling myself before we even got there, I'm like, are they international terrorists? I don't know. What is John Lithgow? Pretty much he's ambiguous because of the drama that he is putting on. So, so he could be British. Okay, what about Leon? Obviously, the black guy that they picked up. That's really to do anything. Who's like the woman that was all flying the plane? Oh, she's British. So yes. Only thing that was missing was an Asian man, and I would have said yes. They are complete. Oh, there was a German nigga that looked like Carl.
Yeah. I just presume the Asian dude was the guy that got shot and fell out the plane. Agent shot from a distance.
Yeah, I thought the same thing too.
You know,
you know who that international terrorists.
You know, and I just thought of something. This guy would have been perfect, and he would have survived a little bit longer if they'd have went with the long-haired Asian dude from Die Hard who stole the Snickers bar.
Yes.
So our girl Jessie is telling. Well, actually, back up. They shot a SOS. Lithgow and them. They shoot a SOS to Hal and them, and Hal takes it and is like, all right, we gotta save them. So
and I like how they get the British girl to do like help. We didn't know that the storm was coming in. Help me, please. Our son needs insulin.
So, that was the best. That was the best line. We need insulin.
So
because when she got all when they got all Lithgow look at her, insulin. And he just grabs her like he's gonna fuck her because
that was genius.
Because that was genius.
That was genius.
So
I got a question. Real quick before we continue. Good question. And we both seen both of these men in action. I got a question. If between Raul Julia and John Lithgow, if both of them farted at the same time, whose fart would have been more dramatic?
Gotta go with Raul.
I gotta go.
Absolutely.
I gotta go with Julia. I am gas.
I mean,
and then Lithgow farts. No, I am gas, young man.
So you had to add young man to that because Lithgow got to be proper about it. So
and then he'll lose the battle because Raul Julia's part were like, but can you say that in Spanish? And just say it.
It's like, no, I cannot. You win, sir. Gabe gives Jesse the I'm afraid speech from Rocky 2. And
I don't know if I can do it again.
I'm afraid, Jesse. And then you might as well say Jesse should have been like, well, get a girl a pair and help these people out. And, Gabe is like, all right, I guess I helped them out one last time. And he proceeds to help alongside Hal go up this cliffside and help these people out on this peak.
Like I said, we already talked about how Hal is already like, man, fuck you, man. You made my girlfriend die. You could have held on.
But see, here's the thing. Up until before that discussion, though, Hal's climbing, and all of a sudden, Gabe's sitting up there squatting like, about me got up here, dog. I got here quicker than you.
Like, actually, it would have sounded more like this.
Fuck you, Hal. Fuck you, Gabe.
Well, fuck you.
Gotta do the raspy Michael Rucker voice.
Oh man, Michael Rucker just stares in anger.
Why hasn't freaking Michael Rucker and John C. McGinley been in the movie together? That'd be awesome.
Because the world couldn't handle it. The world cannot handle it, and plus you got to make sure it's the right role for McGinley to do. Okay, so because if Rucker's there, he can't be the big baddie. So that means McGinley has to be what I call pre-Dr. Cox. Where it's Dr. Cox, but it isn't Dr. Cox.
Like we did on Deadly Ground. I'm surprised Michael Rucker wasn't in that, as like they both are like the two fucking underlings that have to fucking vie for the fucking lead bad guy's attention or some shit. Like I'm more evil than you. I'm more evil. I killed an old man. Really, I raised you up. I killed a Native American. That kind of shit.
I killed a native. I killed a native American.
This is the 90s. You got to up the stakes on what you did. You have to kill a minority. That ups the stakes even more. So
I was like, I killed him. Well, guess what? You're not more evil than me. Why? You said Native American. If you called him a redskin, then you would be more evil than me. Wow, I did.
But I'll raise you up, or I'll rape the woman. Boom, I win.
God.
Hey, look, folks.
Evil.
That was some shit in the 90s. You rape a woman, you were evil as shit. And granted, yeah, you're evil by default. You're evil anyways for doing that shit. But the movies emphasize that shit more in the 90s. Like, you raped a woman, you're just evil and disgusting. And
Don't worry.
You know.
Don't worry about it, because it's going to get to that point again. Actually, all you got to do now is say hi to a woman the wrong way, and they call you Harvey Weinstein. Anyway.
Not true, folks, but yeah.
Yeah. Look, we make fun of, like I said, we made fun of Harvey Weinstein before and all that and stuff like that, but there's a lot of whistleblowers for no damn reason. Like, he thought about touching my ass. Bitch, I said thought.
Thinking does not mean doing, now is it?
Thinking does not mean doing, okay? Come on.
Granted, you're well within your rights because it's Harvey. We understand. We understand. Very much.
We understand it. Actually, I can imagine somebody saying about DJ Sue. Like, he tried to touch my ass. DJ Sue sitting over there like your man, thinking in a bowl of oatmeal, just pointing at it like.
I'm pointing at him. Thinking in a bowl of oatmeal. Like, what did you expect?
Hal and Gabe, they get up there, and as predicted, bam, guns is drawn on them, and that's when Quaylen is just basically giving a monologue like, yes, you will help me get these suitcases, and you will help me track it down. And I like how he's looking over at Rex like, this is your chance, Rex. Prove your value to me.
Now, what does that say to you?
I don't know. Rex is gonna die, possibly. I don't know.
You that says, bro, like, you, sir, are on thin ice. Yeah, you already done messed up the plan. So, yeah, I'm giving you another chance. Now, normally I could just go ahead and just save myself the headache and just put a bullet in you right now. But he managed to save himself some time by saying, "Oh, by the way, you think you can get rid of me without, you really think you were just gonna kill me? Like, I was gonna come along with this plan if I didn't have no backup plan to get myself out of this shit." You do realize that the codes, there's about 50,000 codes between a 7 and 8 second interval, which means it's constantly changing.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
so unless you got a spare FBI agent that's willing to be crooked enough to help you out, get comfortable. You're sticking with me.
Yep.
Yeah, because y'all gonna be walking through this forest for the next 3 or 5 days trying to find a suitcase that may or may not be within reach of y'all, and y'all won't know if it's on top of a mountain or on the bottom of or by a riverbed. You want to know the difference.
So
and I like how Lithgow just takes it like, well, it seems that we like, yeah.
He does that every time something happens. He just starts off with, well, it seems that the plan has changed.
I still think that Lithgow is still kind of miscast in this, but at the same time, I think he's perfect.
So they find the first briefcase is up on top of the steep rock face and such, and Gabe is like, yeah, it's up there and stuff, and Lithgow's pointing the gun at him. Actually, no, it's Rex that's pointing the gun at him, like, so go get it. So,
I like how they like, go get it. And then
I have a gun at you. Get it.
And then Lithgow says the most perfect thing ever. No equipment. Climb. I'm like, what?
He's like, yeah, you're gonna freebase this.
Oh yeah, and take his shirt. I'm like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah, my man said he was like, take his jacket. I need I wanted for insurance.
And I also like muscles. Yes, muscles.
Yes, that's right. Take off that
jacket. Now you know what's funny is how Sly starts climbing up, right? And I don't know about you, CJ, but were you getting the Final Fantasy VII vibes where Cloud has to climb up the side of the North Cave and you have to make him run in place just to keep warm?
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm looking at them. If I'm in Gabe's position, first off, I'm looking at Lithgow like, hey, motherfucker, it's too goddamn cold with no jacket on, so you don't have to run me my jacket back.
You're gonna need to give me my jacket back, or you're gonna be catching these hands.
I didn't expect to be out here, motherfucker.
But then they had the nerve to tie him down by his ankle to go up the side of the van. I'm like, it doesn't make any sense, man.
If you had him tethered, you still had control, and I'm like, yeah.
Bro, you
but I need a rubber. He's like, I need you to run my waist. No, put it around his ankle. Like, wait, what?
You tie him around his ankle. You take his jacket from him. Where is he gonna go? You know what? I'm really detecting a serious flaw in this plan. Seriously, Quillen, I'm really detecting a flaw. What if he died on his way up there?
Because he could have easily climbed that thing, slip. Yeah! Do.
There was no continue.
Hold on. Wait. Chris, did you just do the gunshot sound effect?
Yes, I did.
There was no continue.
To which I'm like, why wasn't there a cliffhanger game? You know what? I am shocked there wasn't.
There was.
Yes, there was. There was a
it was
cliffhanger game.
It was on Super Nintendo.
Wow.
Are you sure? Because
yes.
Because somebody responded back to me. Either it was on, I think it was on Twitter, and they said it was actually on Sega CD.
Was it one of those like the Power Ranger one where you're pressing left, right, and A, B as like a...
Actually,
I couldn't tell you.
Wait. To tell you the truth, this was on everything, D. It was on the Amiga, the Genesis, Sega CD, SNES, the NES, the Game Boy, and the Game Gear. And it was one of the worst games ever.
It was a platformer game, because of course it fucking was.
It was wait. It was on the NES? What was the object of the game?
It might have been GamePro or one of these magazines, and they did a review of it, and essentially what it was is you're doing the little CGI sequence and such, and then after that, you cut to like a side-scroller thing where Stallone is punching somebody, and you're using knives and all that stuff, and you're also climbing things and things like that. That's basically what it came down to. And you beat a random henchman. That was
the only other upside to it was the 2 snowboarding levels.
Yeah, I mean,
because there was a snowboarding level for real.
Come on, look! When you got MTV's 2 extreme sports characters being in this movie, why wouldn't they put a snowboarding level in this game?
Well,
why not?
Well, I mean, the thing about it is that was crazy is that you had scenes like because I looked up the video game because again I totally forgot about the video game, and it was essentially like you have your character run away from an avalanche. Again, it was like a lot of platforming and stuff, and then like you said, there was a snowboarding sequence, and I'm like, this shit was confused. Like the snowboarding sequence itself is just like, how is this a video game? Because this was a muddled mess.
You know what? You know what it means? So that means that the Cliffhanger video game was like every other video game that was based off of a movie. Crap.
Yeah,
cool.
Absolute crap.
I mean,
wait a minute. Hold up. Here's a good question. Who made it? Was it Ocean that made it?
I can tell. It was actually the developer was Malibu Interactive and Spidersoft.
Because of course it was.
Wow. I know of Malibu, but I don't know what they made. So okay, cool, whatever. It must have been crap.
Yeah.
And also, I love that the cover of the Cliffhanger game is an image of Sly where he didn't even wear that outfit in the movie.
The only outfit that is shown.
They hit him with the meltdown.
Yeah, they hit him with the meltdown.
The only outfit that they showed in the game was him wearing just a t-shirt and jeans. I'm like, well, that's in the movie, I guess. Okay. But where are all the henchmen with knives that's chasing after him? I don't remember that. Outside of one henchman. I mean...
Knowing you, Chris, like this. Look, this game's some bullshit. Where Leon at?
I wish.
You know what?
So...
That's a good question.
So Sly, Gabe, he finds the briefcase and such, and he ends up using it as a time to escape by causing an avalanche.
Okay. That was something I wanted to point out. When you got Carl 2.0 with the grenade launcher shooting it at Sly and everyone else firing machine gun bullets at him, not hitting a thing, by the way.
Because
like, again, I'm looking at these henchmen like, look, you guys are supposed to be the multicultural, multiracial henchmen of the 90s, and you guys are just like every other henchman group from previous films. Y'all can't hit shit.
Yeah, so the avalanche happens, and as it's happening, they see like the briefcase fall. They see all the money from the briefcase that was up there fall out. So at this point, Lithgow and them are like, well, I guess Gabe is dead. because, hey, he would have had the fucking briefcase there, and the long line that they had attached to him is gone. So they're like, oh, he's dead. Turns out that dude is literally chilling on the side of a cliff like, well, I'm still alive, dog, so I'm gonna make my escape.
It's like I was smart enough to bring this this tool here for rock climbing. And I like how he used it to hack the freaking rope off of him.
Well, you know what? Also, you didn't see the other tool that he had on him. It was called this. It was a little thing that we're all familiar with, but you didn't know that it was portable. It was called plot convenience.
Yeah,
he had it right in his he had it right in his pocket. We didn't know because right there, like, this convenient. I could just hide it here.
It's like I carry around a pocket size package of plot convenience with a side of plot armor.
Sly is caught climbing up the side of the mountain and such. You know, he has his, rock climbing boots and stuff, which it's kind of weird that the movie didn't show those boots in particular had spikes under it when he initially climbed. So I'm like, when did he switch off shoes? I don't remember this.
You gotta think, man, with the amount of cuts that they took to this film, like some things were gonna make you question it, because even I looked at it and said, wait a minute, why were they so concerned about taking off the jacket? Like, if anything, they should have took the freaking spiked boots away from him.
Yeah.
So, if anything.
So, meanwhile, Jesse,
just be a real asshole villain. And just say, you know what, you are going to climb in your undergarments.
Yeah. So he ends up going to
not underwear, undergarments.
Yes, undergarments, because that's the proper way to say it. So he gets to Jesse. Meanwhile, she gets basically airdropped to the mountainside and stuff, and she gets to this cabin that's up there. And Gabe pops up there, and he basically tells her, yeah, there's basically kind of explain to her what happened and such, So apparently there's mountain gear at said cabin, which I'm like, so they just keep mountain gear there.
Here's me. Small miracles.
Yeah,
small miracles.
Very small miracles. So meanwhile, now, did you love the 90s tracking device that they were using to track the briefcases?
Oh yeah, man, that thing was huge, man. It looked like that thing took 8 D batteries, man.
So eventually, they, Gabe and Jesse, they're going down the mountain and they're searching for the second briefcase. And as they're finding the second briefcase, it's like beeping and stuff, and they finally find it. It's right there. So, meanwhile, the other people and stuff, they find the mountain stuff. So that's when Hal, in his infinite wisdom, is yelling to Gabe and Jesse that it's a trap.
He's lucky they didn't shoot him. Again, Lithgow, in true fashion, Lithgow wanted to kill him, but he's like, I forgot. We don't know where they're at.
Throughout the whole movie, Hal, Michael Rooker, in his raspy voice is yelling every 5 minutes, yelling at Gabe and Jesse to help and shit. It don't beat it. Well, actually, I think we're about to come up to that part, but yeah, and here's the best part about all this. I like the fact that these park rangers. Let me say that again. Park rangers are unflinching with terrorists having high caliber guns in their faces. They're smooth, cold, fearless. And I get it. Well, D, they climb mountains and all that. Yada, yada. Shut up.
Stallone
is putting over the park rangers like I don't know what right now, man.
No, D, like you said, they're like cold, fearless and all that. If anything, anytime they have a gun put in their face, they come off slightly annoyed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rucker does though. Rucker has his little like, so you're gonna shoot that thing?
Well, I like how Gabe dupes them because he makes a quick snowman to make it seem as though it's a silhouette of him, and these idiots fall for that shit. And then
I love that. I was like, okay, so let me get this straight. Stallone like, hey, I got a good idea.
Sly, can I ask you a question, sir? How long did that take for you to put that together?
Well, actually, it took about 10. Hey, you trying to say that it didn't make a lot of sense, didn't you?
And then while you were doing that and you left that tracking device there, you know what you should have did? You should have just come on, you're dealing with international terrorists. I think if if history and badass movies have proven to me is this, when you deal with an international terrorist and you manage to outsmart them by taking out one of their henchmen, please, for the love of God, leave a note that says, "Now I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho."
Nah,
That was the only, and you know, Lift Guy would have acted that out just perfectly. I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho.
Yeah, you know what we got, folks? We got a briefcase with one stack of bills and one a trade.
Want to trade?
What a trade. I was like, yo, he punched the ish out of that snowman. He knocked his head off. I was dying.
Dude, there was so he Arthur Fist the shit out of that snow.
Oh crap, man. Arthur Fist. Bop.
No, think about it, because again, so meanwhile, so two of the henchmen, one of them got a night vision goggles. Sly ends up killing him, which is funny because for him to get the night vision off of him, he literally blinds him with a flare, then kills him with a fucking pickaxe.
Oh, yo,
makes sense.
At that point, here's me, Stallone, terrorist, nothing.
Oh, are we counting Avalanche as a death? Since that was kind of.
I'm counting that as a death.
Yeah,
I'm counting that as a death.
Yeah, but he also
Stallone got one off of that.
So you got that one. He got the two with the pickaxe, which was fucking hilarious. Then he has another one. I forgot how the fuck did he kill a third one?
Oh, my favorite one. My favorite one. My man got the bishop death from Juice.
Oh yes, right. Oh my god, yes he did. One got a pickaxe and the other one was like,
They're sliding, bro. They're sliding down the mountain. Like they slide down the mountain. Slide pulls out the freaking pickaxe, holds on to the edge. My man flies off into the great beyond.
Don't you mean he got the Cutter death from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3? Like the 90s, you fall into darkness.
Oh, the Walker death?
Yeah, Walker.
The Walker death. For me, that was the Vega death. The Vega death off Street Fighter 2.
Yes. No, I have to stick with Juice, man, because it was 1992. This is 1983.
Yeah, that was
the Bishop death.
Now, side note here, Leon is starting shit with the other henchmen and stuff, and he busts out his fucking knife. And like, you know that other henchman got a gun, right, Leon? That's not the smartest of moves here.
I mean, CJ, first of all, Leon got all up in my man's shit with the knife. Not a whole lot of gun is going to be able to do.
I'm just saying. It's still not a smart move,
though. Like, nigga, you want to back up off me? I like how Leon, Mr. Robinson was so over the top black for no reason in this.
Oh, he was.
Because he had to sit there and distinguish himself because he's not the token Negro. So he has to. It really felt like he was trying to prove to Quillen, like, no, I'm not like these other Negroes.
It wasn't even I'm the token angry Negro. No, I'm the brutal. I'm the brutal henchman. I will kill you. I will disembowel you. And I won't think twice about it.
Now, here's the wild part, right? So, they're in the cabin and stuff, right there. So, we cut to Gabe and Jesse. Now, here's my thing. This motherfucker burns the money. Now, I get it. Self-preservation. You gotta burn the money to make a fire. I would have kept some of that fucking money.
I would have, too.
I would.
But again, it goes back to what he said. It's useless. It's not in circulation. You can't use it. So, what's really the point? Unless you're an international terrorist who's got connections with all sorts of other international terrorists that are willing, or that can somehow process that shit into circulation, thus making you a rich man in the process. Do I need to go back to that again?
No, you don't. You're right.
Well, I hate the fact that DJ Sue had to break it down to us like that.
Yeah, it really did, man.
I feel like Chris. I feel like you and I are the stupid ones in this.
So they wake up the next day and stuff, and they're walking towards the next thing and such. And they spot Gabe and Jesse and stuff. And at that point, they had actually raided explosives on the mountain where they were at. So he's all warning them and stuff. And that's when they end up fucking making their escape. Because initially they were making they were going to make the exchange and stuff. And that's when they found it's a fucking trap.
It was a trap.
As this is happening and they're making an escape, our two dude bros pop up.
Snow Bros.
Snow Bros, they pop up, And Hal is all like, "Hey, dudes, guys, just go, just fucking go." And Quaylen ends up fucking getting his dudes to sit there and shoot him. One is
Nah, you did it wrong. Basically, what happened? Like, no, we are like, hey, man, you hanging out with them? Come on, man, you scared? And all of a sudden, he like, Ricky! They run away. Leon, slow with the machine gun. Pop, 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 pop.
One of them gets killed. The other one gets shot, but he manages to parachute.
Yeah, he managed to parachute away out of there because who knew the surfer? Actually, they did kind of do some little, foreshadowing of that. They are prepared for crap like this.
Yeah,
now
not getting shot at. We're not getting shot at, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
you know what I liked from that scene was like Hal sees him. And he's thinking to himself, "Oh shit! Like I really don't want to be in this situation. Come on, man, just like go the other way, please. Like don't try to have a conversation with me."
Like why are we here?
So here's a Lithgow. Lithgow's like, "Walk forward." you know, like you already know what's about to happen. Walk forward. Oh come on, man! They're just a couple of kids. Like really, do you really need to do it? Like you really gonna try to kill them?
I hate MTV. And I hate the band Wham. I don't think nobody listens to Wham no more. But I don't care. Kill them anyway.
Come now. We're not savages.
Or are we?
Now walk forward.
Yo, right there. Hey, look, guy. Spoon. And here's a bib. The scenery is everywhere. Have fun.
Yo, I like how Rex looks at Leon and telling him to fucking shoot, and Leon's giving them that fucking look that we as black people normally do. Like, you really gonna tell me what to do right now, dog? Really?
Actually, I thought it was more of shit. You ain't tell me nothing.
And he didn't shoot, and the guy parachutes down, and he lands in the tree. So hey, he's safe. And Stallone and Jesse are just kind of looking on, like, okay, they're safe. All right, cool. So this is.
But I only seen one of them. Look. We do nothing for the other kid. He got shot in the back. There's nothing we can do. Let's keep going.
You never give up.
Just don't turn it off.
Thank you, DJ Sue. I can always count on you for the just don't turn it off. I can always count on you for that.
Oh man,
I was gonna go. Look, I went for just don't turn it off. I could have easily went for nothing is over.
Oh man, so the old man of the movie, Frank, he busts out in the helicopter and he finds the snow.
The old man.
Yeah,
the old man.
I'm gonna dub him the old man of the movie because in the '90s movie you have to have an old man in some sort of capacity and stuff. So Frank, he's the old man and he flies in the helicopter. He finds the Snow Bros parachute and stuff, and he gets him to safety and he contacts the cops, and that's when Paul Winfield and them get contacted. Basically,
it just hits me that D has to mention this. I forgot Paul Winfield played Martin Luther King in a TV movie. Just had
happy MLK, guys.
There you go. MLK weekend. There you go.
So does this make this movie a MLK movie?
No.
I want to know the actual. No. Hold up, y'all. Hold up. You want to know the actual truth? Here's the funny thing. I did say when I put this month together, hey, D, why don't you put Cool Runnings right there on Martin Luther King's birthday? Nah. I know Paul Winfield's in Cliffhanger. D, nobody's going to get that reference. Now that I mentioned it, everyone gets the reference.
Now,
all
go
right,
back. Now go. You're welcome.
Now, like D, yes. What was the name of the movie? I got a man down here. I
got a major gas leak here. Where do you think this is all coming from? The skies?
Yo, I really don't remember the name of that movie. I seen it in high school, and I seen it again on BET Stars when it was called BET Stars. So I don't remember the name of the movie.
I mean, it's oh man, it's.
Oh man.
But yeah, he was MLK, and he was actually a pretty good MLK because it's.
He was decent. He was decent.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's Paul Winfield. What do you want out of him? I mean, come on.
Oh man, Only thing outside of that, I know of Paul Winfield as being a character actor and Dredrick Tatum's manager. That is like the only thing I know that Paul Winfield did.
So he gets contacted because, of course, in these movies, when you contact the authorities, you go straight to the FBI. You don't call the local Colorado PD or anything like that.
Nah, because it went straight to the FBI somehow.
Yeah, it's like
I did like how the FBI showed up at the U.S. Treasury, and it's an FBI. Like, what are you guys doing here? I was like, look, the only reason why we didn't tell you about this directly was because we were afraid that this might have been an inside job. Now, hold on a minute. You're trying to tell me that that somebody could have leaked this information out and caused this you're thinking that a hijacking took place here?
Sounds like a job for Columbo.
And I like how the FBI responded back to them by saying, well, a whole lot of irregularities that came up during these these $100 million transfers to the U.S. Treasury. So hey, we just had to do diligence and look into this. Look, not only were all of these things monitored, they were monitored by the best man that I had on the job. Cut back to Rex Lynn.
Rex was behind it all. Don't trust a guy named Rex. Don't trust a guy named Rex. That's why I don't like Rex Tillerson. Why, D? Because he owns the oil? Nah. His name is Rex. Never trust a white guy with the name Rex. He is going to betray you.
With the name Rex, or might as well put it out there, or first name Hank, last name Scorpio.
Now,
Hank Scorpio.
Now, here's the thing. Now, did you guys love how eventually Lithgow sends Leon down there to go after Gabe and them? And I gotta admit, man, I'm a fan of improvised deaths. And when I'm a fan of improvised deaths, this is probably a very awesome improvised death. So he's getting tracked down by Leon's character, and Slide decides, all right, I gotta hide underwater underneath the ice. And he does. And eventually, he ends up fighting Leon, and he ends up pushing Leon, basically stabbing him with a fucking icicle. I'm fine with that death.
Yeah. I'm fine with that death. I gotta say, Leon is one of 6 black men to ever get killed with an icicle. But yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I'm not saying, look, I'm not saying it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen a lot for black people.
I did like that he went for the nut grab, lifted him up, and just shivved through a stalactite.
Oh, we also have to get the obligatory "I'm Leon and I hit women" scene. So he ends up hitting Jesse and says "bitch" to really emphasize his evilness.
Man. You know that part when he was all arguing with Rex. The only thing here's my wife behind me. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Basically. Yo, because I'm rolling.
I'm throwing it out there. Y'all. I'm not promising anything, but 3 Black Geeks will do Temptations eventually. We're going to come to that eventually.
I forgot.
Throw it out.
The scene was basically he hits Janine because Janine tries to use his Guzzi to shoot him, and he says, "No bullets, bitch."
No bullets, bitch.
That may have been. Actually, I'm going to say that was the best line in the whole movie.
You want to say that?
And also obligatory.
Just to piggyback off of that. No bullets, bitch. That right there was Leon's. That was Leon's version of always bet on black.
And Leon also dares to try to be Wesley Snipes and shit doing leap kicks on Sly Stallone. I'm like, what the fuck, Leon? Since when can you do martial arts? What are we doing here?
Was I the only one not buying it?
Yo, it's like
I didn't. Look! Hey, I bought it.
Motherfucker got his goddamn orange belt, and all of a sudden he think he Wesley Snipes and shit.
I mean, I'm the only one.
Hold on. Chris, here's a sticker. You said orange. You could have picked any other color, but you went for orange, and that made me chuckle really nice. Yeah, you deserve that one. You deserve that one.
I did 2 leap kicks. I'm Wesley Snipes now.
My man is busted out My man's busted out shopping mall level martial arts on him.
I got a question.
So that leads us to a good question. Then, if this shopping mall level of karate he's doing, who was better, Busta Rhymes in Halloween Resurrection or Leon?
First off, Busta Rhymes looked like he was serious enough to get a black belt and just stopped, because that's enough.
Busta Rhymes, because no. The only reason why you say that is because Busta Rhymes is fat now, and he's fat coming from a guy that stopped working out. So he
took HGH and was like, "I can get big," and it's like, "Hey, Busta, you got to work out."
I can get big without no muscles.
It's like, hey, Busta, you have to lift weights when you take HGH. You know that, right?
Man, that's stupid, man. That's stupid, man. 50 Cent told me all I have to do is take these horse steroids and do push-ups, nigga. I told you to do that.
Do all that.
Now he looking like everybody's
favorite.
At
least what?
Now he look like everybody's fucking favorite uncle and shit with the fucking sweater and shit.
Busta has turned into everybody's favorite Jamaican uncle, and it's awesome.
Yo, dog, real side note, when he was at the BET Hip Hop Awards with that Cookie sweater on, I was like, oh shit, the form is complete now.
Yo, he is now in complete final form of old head. I can't believe it. And I'm not even and this when I say old head, I'm not
his ass off, dog.
That's what I'm saying. When I say old head, I don't mean that as a sign of disrespect. It's just the fact that if Busta was 40 like 6 years ago, now he's really 40.
Dude had the fucking shades, had the fucking Coogie sweater on. I was like, yo.
The second I saw that Coogee, I was like, yo, Busta, for real? We doing this? Oh my God.
Meanwhile, I saw fucking one episode of Green with Evil and was like, yes, I can do this. And it's just, it's like, no, dog, that's not how this works. That is not how this works, sir.
Why did you pick Green as Evil?
Because this movie came out in 93. That's when Power Rangers came out. He saw one episode of Green with Evil. No, because Tommy did 2 kicks, and that was fucking awesome for us as kids. So he saw that shit, was like, all right, watch this shit. I can do this.
Oh my God, no, Green with Evil. You just say, and look, it is the best part. Easy to say he watched a Bruce Lee movie before. Nah, he went for the Power Rangers.
He went for Power Rangers.
I'm pretty sure. I'm imagining the scene. I'm imagining the scene. He's in the trailer, and Green with Evil was premiering, and he was like, "Yo, I just saw Green with Evil Part 1. Shit was awesome. Shit was dope. I got an idea, guys. Hey, Rennie, I got an idea, man. I got an idea for the scene here with me and Stallone fighting. I'm gonna do 2 leap kicks. It's gonna be awesome." All right, Leon.
Stallone, you know Stallone's all for it. All right, let's do it.
I'm pretty sure Stallone looked at him and said, "Hey, I don't want you to get hurt. Like, you sure you up for this? Like, can you really do this? Man, hold my RC Cola."
My RC Cola. Oh man! At that point, look, you said RC Cola. Then I look at Rennie Harlan. For real, y'all couldn't get no Coke products here. We're on a budget.
No, knowing Rennie Harlan, he probably would look back and say, "Hey, it was either this or Surge."
Yeah.
Surge was now 92. It was now 92. Time paradox.
So,
it is a time paradox.
So the last henchman, Hal finally gets the bright idea to escape by saying, "I gotta take a piss." And Quaylen takes this opportunity at this point, because by then he's already know where the third fucking money is. So he's like, "Well, I don't need Hal anymore. So let him take his piss and put a bullet in his head afterwards."
Or, hey, I'm sorry. Yes, you in the back. Yes, D Shaw of 3 Black Geeks. He could have got him in the back of the head.
No. Quaylen is dignified. He's gonna let the man take his piss before he kills him.
No. When you say I'm going to take a piss, all right, cool. The second he turns around,
nah, that's not what happens.
You know what? See, this is what I'm talking about. I'm sick of villains letting loose ends go. I'm sorry. It's
not even letting loose ends. This is what it really is. And every single henchman in this film went out the exact same way. You got first of all, you guys are henchmen. You have absolutely no freaking right or privilege to monologue.
Actually, back up. No, actually, back up. I don't know why I'm saying henchman. It was our boy Sexy Rexy that was fucking taking Hal to take his piss in before he shot him.
Oh
I forgot.
God!
I totally
there was
forgot
that.
it was Rex that did that. So he's taking him. So again, he had the right to monologue, but really, you're gonna do it now? Like
No. See, like Rex was the one that was gonna do it, but he said, "Hey, you know what? I'm gonna let Delmar. I'm gonna let look. You do it. Just make it quiet and quick, and get back here so we can get this money." And what does Delmar do? Delmar has the gun. He's pointing at him. It's been longer than 2 seconds, bruh. You're not gonna shoot him.
You can
So
buck.
now-
You can buck him anytime. Bro.
I wanted him one time. Not one henchman did this. You got the gun in Michael Rooker's face. Please, for the love of God, gun butt him. You headbutt him. Because I know you're not gonna pull the trigger. You're not gonna pull the he's not gonna pull the trigger. He's not gonna do it. Gun butt him. Just gun butt him.
That you went for that is your second option. That is always your option here. It's like, look, just gun butt him.
Now,
You're done. Just gun butt him.
We finally get to our scene that Dee pointed out with Michael Rooker saying no. The boy Frank flies with the helicopter, and he gets there and slow motion. No.
Michael Rooker got 3 no scenes in this movie.
He did.
He got when his girl was falling to her death. He got his Ricky moment with the surfing bros, and now he gets the full on no.
Now here's the thing. I have to ask you guys here before we continue, since we're almost near the end of this movie. Who had the better no around this time, Michael Rooker or F. Murray Abraham in Surviving the Game?
You cannot beat. See, you cannot beat F. Murray Abraham seeing his son die in front of him. You cannot beat that no. Because that was a special type of no right there. I'm sorry. And our boy Mo Pornay would appreciate when I say this. I'm sorry. That is an Academy Award winner saying no. So yeah. Oh gosh, man. Abraham saying no is the best thing ever. But yeah, you're right.
And here's the thing: Michael Rooker had 3 times to try to beat it out, and it still didn't work.
Had 3 times, man. even though I give him points for his Ricky. His Ricky scream was good though. That was a good one.
Better than Cuba Goodings?
Oh hell no, man. Come on. Cuba's the reason why we call it a Ricky scream. So
Ricky!
You can't be better than. So yeah, old man. Like now, is it wrong that when they shot the old dude, I crack it up again?
See, I cracked up.
No.
See, I only laugh because the old man, instead of imparting wise wisdom, gives him the fucking Boy Scout pocket knife to Hal. Like, do it, son.
I need to go back a little. I need to go back a little bit. I need to go back in the film. I need to go back a little bit in the film. When he shows up and he sees Crystal, that was the female terrorist. Yeah. When he sees her laying on the ground, he's like, "Hey, you okay? Don't worry, we're gonna get you out of here. We're gonna get you to the hospital. You know, just remain calm. Everything will be all right." Boom! She pulls out the gun. Gun is in his face. Again, these park rangers are badasses. He doesn't get scared. He doesn't get nervous. He just looked at her.
You underestimate the fact that Frank is. First off, you underestimate the fact that Frank is old, so he probably seen some shit any fucking ways.
Yeah, no. I'm not underestimating. This goes right back to what I said about all of them as a whole. These people are mildly annoyed because the gun is in his face, and he's like, "What are you doing?"
Just mildly irritated.
Just irritated. Like what are you doing?
Really? Oh, yeah. Really? Come on.
So
a gun? Like, why do you have this gun in my face? What are you doing again?
Can't you just say hi to me?
So I kind of jumped ahead on one of the henchmen dying. So prior to that dying, so Rex gets the bright idea to cross Quaylen. Because why? Of course he does it. And Quaylen is looking at him like, so you just gonna betray me, huh? So you like this woman, huh? This your girl, right? This your girl, right? And yeah, he shoots her. Straight up.
Yeah,
I love when he did that. I was like, why? Why, Quaylen? Now, looks like I am the only one that can fly the helicopter.
What a surprise.
What a twist.
I'm like, so let me get this straight. At this point, it's always been a back and forth power struggle between the guy who has set up this whole thing and the FBI agent, and this grandstanding back and forth. Now you have no henchmen. Now this is only two of you.
Yeah.
Well, and on top of that, you had a henchman. You have a henchman that I'm sorry, you decided to murder a henchman that has the ability to make plastic explosives.
Yeah, well, I like how Rex eventually, down the line, he does start getting all fucking crazy and stuff, and he's talking to Quaylen, talking about, this son of a bitch fucking got us, man. Gabe got us, we're fucking done. And Quaylen's like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? What do you mean we're done?
I like how he was just panicking over this park ranger getting the one up on him. And then like, he finally starts blurting out. He spills all of the tea.
And Quaylen is just like, shut up. What the fuck are you talking about? You put my government name out there,
Fool,
dog?
stop it.
Well, you know what?
He's just straight up, fool, stop.
You know what? In a way, he was in the right to do it because he clearly said about an hour ago, when they took Hal and Walker hostage, he used Rex's name. He was like, God damn it, don't use my real name.
And then later on, he said, Quaylen, now I'll use your name.
He's like, stop using my name. As if you're on an open line.
Hey, I gotta say, for the record, Rex did have the most awesome death, being basically killed underwater and his body just gets swarmed off underneath. gotta admit, that was actually pretty awesome death.
These easy ass deaths, man.
I'm just sitting there like, here's my thing, right? You see Gabe underneath the water. I'm just sitting there like, and the thing of it is, Sly is literally like, so Rex doesn't see that Sly is leading him to a trap. Like he didn't foresee that. Like what's going on? And I like how eventually Rex gets shot by him with was it a trank dart he got shot by?
No, it wasn't even a trank dart. That
like
was
a long.
No. This
wasn't a bolt gun.
It was the bolt gun that I mentioned earlier.
And that's the thing. So eventually, meanwhile, Jessie runs up there because she was supposed to meet Frank at the top of the peak in the helicopter and stuff. Gets up there, and John Lithgow has the evil smile like, no, sweetie, Frank is not here. And bam, captures her in the helicopter. So,
hey, you know what? Just going to be honest with you. Could have shot her.
Nah, he needs leverage. He needs leverage for that last
leverage? They have no money. They have
no. They had the last briefcase. Remember, there was one more briefcase left that has the money. Because remember, Rucker had it.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
but here's my thing. Shoot her in the head. You're done. Everybody loves a you're done.
You just took Gabe's sweetheart, so yeah, you win. Yeah.
Well, now
you would have a park ranger chasing you down for the rest of your life.
Now going back to the other with Hal. This is what got me. Hal having to deal with the last terrorist. The last henchman. And it goes back to what I said before. You guys are henchmen. There's no reason whatsoever for you to monologue when you're given a job to off these guys. Have you seen how they have outsmarted you up to this point?
Yeah.
Why are you giving them an inch? Stop doing that. Stop talking. Pull the trigger. You have a fully automatic machine gun. Pull the fucking trigger.
Yo, so D, why you think they did it? Hard head make a soft ass. That doesn't have nothing to do with anything. Look, it makes more sense than not pulling the trigger.
But it's even worse. Delmar, you have no excuse. Any death that you get in this movie is 100% deserved because not only were you monologuing, bruh, no one asked for the expositional backstory of you being a soccer player.
If anything, he kicked the living shit out of Michael Rucker.
Yes, he did.
Yes. If anything, he didn't give that dude them. Now we said them hands. In this case, he didn't give him them hands. What did he give him? He gave him what, them toes? I don't know what you call them.
I guess.
Feet. He gave that nigga the Chung Lee. That's what he did. He gave him the Chung Lee.
This nigga caught the foot.
No.
Foot dive.
Actually, no. He was making a reference to soccer, so he's giving him that David Beckham. That's what he's doing.
David Beckham.
So
He's giving him that Beckham.
So basically, they're making a trade, and they get to the top of the mountain and stuff. And so he lets Jesse down first. He's like, hey, look, here's your money, but I'm only going to give you the money if you let Jesse down, and I'll throw it up to you. He's like, all right, cool. Wait. I think I need to think this through. Never mind, just do it. So he goes over there, lets Jesse down. He goes to throw it, throws it inside the fucking propeller. Money flying everywhere. Now Lithgow is pissed.
When he did that, when he threw it into the propeller, I was thinking to myself, Lithgow was like, no, how could he done that? I should have seen it coming, but I didn't. No!
So what ends up happening is a sequence of mini gunfight, and it's like Quaylen forgot, hey, you know that winch cable that you use? Yeah, Gabe's going to use it, and he attaches it to the ladder, and you see how this is going to go.
It's like all of this could have been easily. Here's my thing. Now he's like this. You don't need that last thing. All you need to. I still don't. He could have just shot her and just flew off. I'm sorry. No, he could have just shot her.
What we end up getting is he attaches the ladder. He attaches the winch cable to the ladder. The helicopter crashes on the side. We get an unnecessary fucking fist fight because you're supposed to expect me to believe that Lithgow can actually fight one-on-one with Sly Stallone, but whatever.
But you know what? Look, hold on. You gotta realize though, Stallone is like 50% less because he's been running around in the snow without no shirt, and obviously that would kind of
the frostbite went down, lowered his health.
Lowered his health. He's dealing with 50 less HP right now, so you think that would actually have something to do with it.
So we get the not Metal Gear Liquid versus Snake fight and shit, and so eventually. What ends up happening is the ladder starts giving way, and Sly ends up jumping onto the rock face, and the helicopter falls down, and we get the time, the Quaylen saying no, and the helicopter.
Only thing missing was zero liquid.
Yeah.
I like how Quaylen braces himself for the impact.
More like that chopper landed on an explosive.
Now, me being a person,
that's what I'm about to say. The chopper. I like how the chopper hit the side first, didn't blow up, but as soon as it hit the ground, all right, that's enough impact. Kaboom!
And in typical fashion,
thank you for that. Thank you for that, Chris. I heard that. Good question. Now, see, you're right. You were right earlier, Chris. That was Raul Julia. That death call would have been so epic.
In a typical fashion, the FBI gets there late.
Not only did they get there late, but did you like how even the movie said, all right, that's enough of that, and just immediately rolled the credits after Paul Winfield said the last line of the movie?
Hey, D just noticed something. Yeah, D? Okay, this is the second Rennie Harlan movie that just ended like that. Remember Deep Blue Sea? Oh, there they are. Here comes the day shift. Man, I want to go home. Deepest, bluest, like in this case, Paul Winfield. All right, they're gonna be up there to rescue you. Oh man, I can't wait to get home. Cliffhanger.
Yo, let me tell you something. This is a running theme because after we do, actually, side note before I end this, did you love the exquisite 1993 CGI?
Son, there were
absolutely.
At least 2 scenes. No, there was. Now you know the scene where I forgot which explosion scene. No, actually, I'm sorry, I'm skipping it. All right, that was Mindhunters, and I get to that. But yes, the 93 CG. The 93 CG is a special one because while it is crappy, back then we all said, "Ooh."
The Rennie Harlan movie that we're touching on is, I would say, a very underrated movie. Very underrated. I say it only because of the fact of how it came out at the time.
Can you really call this movie underrated? I mean,
I say underrated because I remember it actually, despite what Rotten Tomatoes will have you believe, critics actually was like, man, it wasn't that bad for the most part. I mean,
I'll give it. It's not that bad, but at the same time, it just isn't good.
That was Cliffhanger, a movie that everybody wanted us to do for the last 3 damn years. I don't understand our fan base anymore.
You know what's funny? This movie beat out Super Mario Brothers opening weekend.
What?
Not hard.
I'm sorry.
You want
shocked.
to know top 10 in opening weekend? So here we go.
You know what? Sure, because you mentioned that Mario Brothers beat out Super Mario Brothers.
This is Memorial Day weekend. Memorial Day weekend, by the way.
Oh, Memorial Day weekend. Ooh, okay.
So number 1 was Cliffhanger. It made $20 million that weekend. Second, Whoopi Goldberg movie, because people forget Whoopi Goldberg was still a hot commodity. She made Made in America with Ted Danson. Made $11 million that weekend.
Oh my God! You remember? Hold on. All right, you remember? You know how a lot of us now are tripping off of the. You know how a lot of people were tripping off of the fact that at least now everybody's like it's all about we got to have interracial couples, we got to have mixed kids on television and all that. Mm-hmm. Who knew 25 years ago when Whoopi Goldberg did that with Ted Danson, black people gave her shit.
So much. To which I'm just like, to which I was probably one of the smaller people. Again, I was a kid. I was like, so you just hate Sam from Cheers? What did he do to you?
Let's really call it what it is. Imagine if Black Twitter existed back then.
Granted, didn't Jungle Fever come out around this time too?
Yes, it did.
Jungle Fever came out.
So that's probably why.
It was a funny thing. The funny thing about the 90s, and I hate to go into this, but the funny thing about the 90s was it was okay for a black man to have a white woman, but it was not okay for a black man to go to a white man. Yeah. And even then, Jungle Fever brought up the hypocrisy of that and all the rest of that mess and all that. Yeah. And even then, I still got to feel like Jungle Fever didn't get his point across correctly, but whatever. But still, we have the. A lot of people trip over that crap, man, and we still do. Like me personally, I have no problem with it. I don't have no problem with it, but I'm like Dave Chappelle when it comes to when it comes to that shit. It's like to me, that's kind of white privilege right there, man. Yeah. Because it wasn't cool until white people said it was cool. When black people just did it because we were in love, and even black people, we still give each other that crap because you've seen it with Serena Williams, and despite it being a hoax, there were people legit mad that Michael B. Jordan was with.
Funny thing is about that,
she wasn't even a white girl, was she?
Funny thing, yeah, she is white. But the funny thing about one is that when you really look at that thing with Michael B. Jordan, it was just a vocal minority of 10 black women
really
that was pissed. 10 black women total.
But hold on. But then you get the very worst that we're still getting right now. Remember with Kendrick and his girlfriend? Why she gotta be light skinned? He was with her since high school.
What do you want?
Why are y'all why she light? She white? She a white girl anyway? She black.
But the circle of back around the Native America. It's like, well, let me time out for everybody that's mad at Whoopi. I'm like, time out. So I don't know any black dude celeb wise that was checking for Whoopi. So why are you mad that she went to Ted Danson in that movie? I don't get it.
Again, my nigga. Thank you. But we still do that crap. But whatever. Anyway, I'm sorry.
So Made in America second made $11 million. Third, Dave. Really good underrated movie. I actually like that.
Dave, that was the one with that was Warren Beatty as the president, wasn't it?
No. It was Kevin Kline. He swapped. He had a twin. The president was a twin, and
Ving
Rhames was his bodyguard. That was all stoic. It was basically early Ving Rhames when he was still being angry black dude and shit. So, fourth,
before they realized he can act. Thank you.
Yeah. Fourth, Super Mario Brothers. First week out, only made $8 million. So there you go.
Good. And that's all it should have made was $8 million.
So fifth,
and even that was being generous.
Fifth was Hot Shots Part 2, which I gotta be real, that was actually a pretty funny movie.
That's my man.
Yeah, made $8 million too. Then in sixth was Sliver, which was kind of one of those psychological movies and stuff. I vaguely remember that fucking movie.
I don't remember that at all.
Seventh, shockingly enough, Hughes Brothers, Menace to Society. It just came out that week too.
Wait a minute. Menace to Society came out that same weekend?
That same weekend. First week out.
Wow.
Only made $3.8 million.
And those weren't even heavyweights. And those weren't even heavyweights that they had to go against. Ooh.
Yeah, Menace to Society. Wow. First week out. Made $3.8 million. Eighth, Indecent Proposal. Decent movie. Made 3.2. Then Dragon of Bruce Lee Story. Made $2.5 million. And then finally rounded it out, Posse. Made $2.2 million.
Well, all right.
So that was your Memorial Day weekend. So yeah, family back then, it's like, hey kids, what do you want to see? Cliffhanger.
I want to see Indecent Proposal.
Yeah, can we see Mario Brothers? You're not my son. Go.
Actually, no. We gotta get it back to 1992 when we were kids. Mom, Dad, can I see Mario Brothers? Well, you got the Mario Brothers on the TV right there with the Nintendo. What do you mean they got a movie? Like, can we go to the movie and see it? All right, y'all can see y'all movie. Hooray! 3 hours late. How was the movie? I don't know. It was okay. Yoshi was a dinosaur.
Oh man, Chris back then would have been coming out of Beltway Plaza, just wanted to go to the arcade. Fuck that movie.
Like, I need to redeem myself.
I need a
for
palate
the 2
cleanser.
hours.
I need a palate cleanser. Can I get some quarters to play some Street Fighter 2, please?
Hey, you want to know something sad? As a kid, I didn't hate Super Mario Brothers, the movie, but I clearly didn't like it. But
you were confused, just like all of us, just like...
Hold on. No. You want to know the best part about it, though? While I didn't hate it, here's what I can't tell you. I was more hyped that there was going to be a sequel.
Well, because that last thing where homegirl's like, oh, he's back. He's back.
Freaking Princess Daisy shows up looking like what I would assume.
There's a war.
No. Not only was it a war, but she came back looking like what I would assume led to the idea of the Mario Brothers like Modern Warfare style movie that's on YouTube.
Yeah. So,
my God.
But anyways, folks, that's Cliffhanger, and we will catch you guys next week for Mind Hunters. So, peace.